Battle of Caldiero is about to begin, and Andre Marshland is leading his armies forward to victory against the Austrian Empire. Or is he going to have a change in history? What's up, guys? I am PopeJohnPaul, and we're here with another NTW3 battle for you today, as we have a glorious Dragoon charge right now, taking out infantry. We've got cavalry engaging in the back lines as well. We've got just a lot of cavalry here being routed, a lot of Austrian cavalry as well being routed straight off the bat. A massive flank here. We've got chasseurs going in. They look like they're routing some sort of light cavalry unit there as well. This is a bad loss here already for the Austrians. I mean, straight off the bat, and we're seeing a massive charge here. As we're seeing German infantry being routed, guns going to be taken out here in a minute as well. This is a bit of a flank that we just saw going on here, a big flank over this hill, and there was just no Austrian troops defending it. They were preparing to deal with these infantry here, but instead have been just surrounded by cavalry and infantry. And we've got grenadiers here as well being taken out. Absolute massacre. Absolute. I mean, they're able to form a square here. Look at these grenadiers, and these guys will hold on. There'll be a bastion to stop the cavalry, which is starting to get routed now. But what a huge, devastating loss for the Austrians straight off the bat. They have more troops here in this village, but in Caldiero, but they are going to have a tough time. But yes, this is the Battle of Caldiero, fought in 1805. There was actually one as well, fought in 1796 between the at that point the Habsburg like empire, like the HRE, and the Revolutionary French. This is now between the French Empire, obviously under Napoleon. Marshland has been sent to deal with the Austrians in Italy, and yeah, obviously the Austrians are now facing them. So yes, we are going to hopefully see whether Austria can change history, because it was a French victory after the first one in 1796 was a Austrian victory, or a Habsburg victory. The French came back a few years later and got their revenge at the very same field. There was also another battle at Caldiero fought in 1813 at the latter end of the Napoleonic Wars. And that was between Napoleon's stepson and the Austrians again. There's plenty going on over here. We've got the Grenadiers, the line here. I mean, Grenadiers line always look glorious. I mean, they're in their bearskin hats, can never look wrong. They look amazing every time. But yeah, it just seemed like the Austrians preparing for a fight here in these like sort of marshlands. So we've got marshlands here to the south, sort of more open plains as we saw there for the cavalry to sort of roam and range in the north. Yes, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be the south is going to be fought over a village called Lebova, and then Caldiero, which is going to be the main objective of both armies, is in the center, which is now very much on the front line, and they are going to have a rough time. You see the line infantry already opening up here. Grenadiers doing their best, holding on. They're fighting for their emperor, Francis. I think he's the second. Francis II, or Francis the First. He's a Francis nonetheless. We got cavalry here trying to charge in. Chasseurs, we've got more chasseurs there. We've got dragoons. There aren't going to be anything like cuirassiers, I don't think, here, but with lots of dragoons and chasseurs. Equally effective. Lots of Laguerre over here actually being set up. This is a huge Laguerre line I'm seeing. They do look good. Laguerre is one of the best looking units, I think, for the French army as well. With their green little poofy feathers going on, it always looks good. But yes, they are battling in the streets already here in Caldiero. Yes, if you're enjoying NTW3 and would like to see some more NTW3 historical battles, and you haven't already, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on a single battle, then make sure to hit the notification bell as well. You can see this. I didn't really look like that square form square, but it did, I guess. It scared off the cavalry just about. These Grenadiers are living on the edge. That is for sure. The Laguerre's now coming forward. They're seeing an opportunity to push forward with the unit in squares, so they can get closer and they can just open up and just massacre this unit. Firing on the units in square is always a good way to do damage. It seems like they're going to charge the unit, in fact. These Grenadiers, you can send 2 Laguerre in, take on 1 Grenadier. And also, the French have taken this building, I just realized. They sent Grenadiers the line in here, and they've already taken the village of Caldiero. This is a very quick capture of it. I thought it was going to take a little longer. We've got a Dragoon unit here flying on. It's a big one, by the way. It's a 100-man unit. the grenadiers here. A lot of grenadiers being brought forward by the Austrians, and they're now trying to battle with the cavalry. They're getting overwhelmed slowly. Legere still fighting down here. I mean, Legere is light infantry. They shouldn't have a chance against the dragoons, against these grenadiers, but with the dragoon help, they are having a chance. And you can see here, this is just a huge line battle. Not a line battle, a whole huge melee fight. Who do they think they are? They think they're fighting in Rome too, or Attila? Supposed to use your guns, Napoleon, not your bayonets. There you go. Look at that mass rout there, and this is what happens as soon as one unit breaks, the rest start to get more uneasy, and then they break. And there you go. This is like the entire Austrian right has gone already. I don't know if there's more Austrian armies on the way. There must be, because it is a 4v4, and this is certainly not 2 other armies. I think there must be more on the way. Yes, I can see them. In fact, on the road. I mean, there's some cavalry there. But there is also a general all the way back here. I believe it's a general, or it's certainly cavalry. I'm going to presume it's a general, because usually you can see generals anywhere on the map. So I'm going to presume it's him. And yeah, it seems as though there's more Austrian troops arriving. Yeah, you can see cavalry now starting to arrive on the edge. Seems like they were rushing to try and get up here and support, but yet this army here is in trouble, and the general has been killed. I don't know whether that was an infantry unit, maybe. I haven't seen any sort of like mounted general units here. I'm presuming he had like an infantry general. Over here, though, they are defending the marshes, and they are prepared. They probably just heard the screams and of their comrades like dying. They probably just heard the guns going off and the cavalry charging in. Probably been pretty traumatic for these Austrians here, just dug in the marshes as they're getting shelled by Italian artillery. And they're also, I mean, actually not getting shot at just yet, but I'm sure that the infantry is going to get into range very, very soon. And they're also getting surrounded, as you can see here. We're now seeing, like, this army that was dealing with the Austrians over here is now flanking around. And these guys will be shortly surrounded. As you can see on the map, they are already pressing in. And that is a bit scary. The Austrians have got up against them to try and just retake Caldiero. But we will see what they can do. The French already going out there ready to challenge the Austrian reinforcement cav. Chasseurs here, dragoons, more chasseurs over here as well. Don't know what the Austrians are bringing forward. Just some like Ullans by the looks of it. Just some lancers. Yeah, just some scouting lancers to see what's going on. Oh, there's cavalry over here. This is a bigger unit. This is like a dragoon unit here. Yes, if you want to send in your own NTW3 replays and you don't know where to do so, feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description. Feel free to stop by there and send in your replays. Also chat along with other NTW3 enthusiasts and get involved in some battles, whatever you fancy, guys. It's a great little community. It's certainly worth joining. But you've got some Italian dragoons here. They look really nice, actually. In the light green, I'm kind of a fan of that. Light green and pink. It seems like this is going to be the next fight. It seems like they want to deal with this force over here before they deal with any sort of Austrians that must be over in that far direction. Which there must be some. I can't imagine that this already we're seeing like the Austrian army just destroyed. This will be one of the quickest NTW3 battles ever. Otherwise, quickest at 4v4 for sure. Maybe there is 2 armies here. I'm seeing one general here for sure. Well, it seems like one general. It's just a tiny little SAR unit, perhaps. There's certainly a general here in his white horse. Whether one of the generals here is going to be an infantry unit, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're quite happy to dig in these marshes. It could be pretty hard to, if the French get in amongst the Austrians here, it could be pretty hard to try and cause a retreat. Also, the French are getting around the marshes by just flanking from behind. See the guns go off. Fire when ready. Very nice, very nice. The smell of gunpowder in the morning wakes anyone up. So here we go, the Austrians. They're getting ready. They see that the French have outflanked them. And they realize they're in a bit of trouble. They're going to have to use this building here. They're going to have to dig in around this building and try and make it as tough as possible for the French. But the French bringing up artillery. Got some 6-pounders coming up. The French are setting up their line infantry first. They've got their Legere behind, keeping that in reserve. Got some Voltigeurs over here as well. Just a little skirmish unit. They'll be sharpshooting, looking for officers and flag bearers. But here we go, we've got a cavalry charge here. This is, I guess it's not a generally, it's a hussar unit. But it has routed the chasseurs here. Really nice. I mean, the French are going to find it tougher charging into these marshes. The Austrians only have to kind of put out any sort of threat that comes across the marshes. To be honest, I'll be just going for a full-out push on this side from the French. Full-out push, just push ahead. The French are pushing on the other side. See guns here being smothered by the Italian dragoons. The grenadiers in here as well. They are also in the combat. The guns have been routed by the looks of it. The grenadiers still stand strong. A little hussar unit of the Austrians is here as well. It seems as though the French will be routed. We also got a charge from the infantry. French infantry pushing on in. The dragoons actually did not rout, but they've retreated. And the Austrians, even though they got a volley off, did rout there. They've got Hungarian grenadiers there. They're routing their French opponents. Oh, it's getting a little bit messy over on this side. French being routed here, whether that's down to friendly fire or what. But cavalry here engaging. I didn't even see this. This is a big dragoon unit against two French units here. You've got chasseurs and we've got dragoons here for the French. It seems like we're going to see another chasseur come in a moment. Dragoons in route. These like dragoons and chevaliers here. Maybe actually chevaliers of the Austrians. They look like they've routed. They look like they've routed a fair amount of French stuff. Yeah, and we've got more Austrian cav on the way. Look at this. The Uhlans coming in. And they're coming to wreak some revenge on the French cav that's terrorized their allies' armies. The Legere, they carry on. I mean, you can see now that the Chevalier is descending on some line infantry here. The Legere trying to form square where they can. They have managed to. Just about. It looks very desperate right now. But while that's been going on, the French have been pushing up here just to show you, and there is more Austrian cav on the way. There is more Austrian cav all the way back here. This is going to make for a very, very interesting fight. Oh my gosh, there's so much Austrian cav now appearing out of the woods. This could be very problematic now for the French. Like, all cav armies can work in this game. It seems like that's what's being brought. A lot of grenadiers over here trying to hold on. It seems like that was their plan, was to bring a lot of grenadiers to the Austrians. I know they can for fairly cheap. They are not like the most expensive thing in the world, and they do obviously do pretty well. And they can form square. They are, yeah, they're in a real sticky position here, the Austrians. They've been very aggressive, but they can't continue. They're just going to slowly march through all these lines. They're getting gunned down by the French. Like, look at these guys, just slowly marching. Now charge. They might break more of these guys. I don't know. The Uhlans coming in, though. They're actually doing a rear charge. This might change it. I didn't think they would break through, but they did. They have broken more of the French. And look at this. The Austrians all of a sudden turning the fight around. Just battle by battle. Little combat by little combat. They're turning this fight around. More Legere broken there. This additional cavalry that's been brought up by the Austrians is really helping. Grenadiers here, they're taking on a unit I'm pretty sure was routed once. Seeing a bit of infantry starting to appear now. I don't know if this is returning or this is fresh. But yeah, we're seeing more elements of the Austrian army start to arrive. Yeah, there is definitely Austrian infantry over here that's come from God knows where. So far back. There is more Austrian stuff on the way, and the French seem to have thrown in all their... They've shown all their cards. And now the Austrians know where to get them. The Austrians have been routed here. This dragoon unit has been routed. But we're seeing Uhlans come in, they may be able to... I don't know. Look at the size of the difference. A general has been killed? Oh, this is a general unit here. Arcane Real Davane. This 100-man dragoon unit was actually a general unit, and they've lost their general. So this could be really problematic now for the French. There could be a lack of morale. They haven't got much left, to be fair. This is like his whole army here. This like French army. He's in a real tight position, like tight spot. He's got like 6 units left, a couple of cav units, not a lot. The other like French armies are a long way down the road, and it's quite happy just to dig in to defend Caldiero. It seems they're just gonna let this. They're just gonna let this army die out here. And more like sort of like Hussar units coming in, trying to do their bit. They've been scared off by the dragoons. We'll go back over here anyway now. Look at the size of the French rout right now. It is like the Austrians look like they might just about hold on here. It's going to be tough. They're fighting around this building, scaring off more of the French. It seems like they have got plenty of Hungarians here. What have they got in the building? Actually, I've only got like a Jaeger unit here. I'm surprised they did not put Grenadiers in here. Seeing a charge here from the French, some line infantry going in, taking in some German infantry. Seems like that was not a great charge. They got hit by a volley. They're probably going to get broken here. There you go, more French breaking. The Marsh is certainly breaking up the French line. They're like that. They can't go just in one massive line and just bulldoze their way through. It seems. Seems like some French cav over here has been successful in helping to rout some Austrians. It's getting very messy, this fight, which I'm loving. I thought it was going to be an absolute like massacre of the Austrians. But the Austrians have proved that they are tougher to beat. But that's not going to stop Massena. He's going to come once again in this building. The officer's like, "Forward, men! Rally to the colours!" The Austrians here, they need to regather. They need to make a tighter circle. They can't just scatter out like this. They get picked off one by one. But you do wonder whether they can hold for a second assault. The French bringing back more troops, more Laguerre back here that's returning. The Austrian cav did catch them unawares, but now the French are ready. They have cav ready here to keep these guys. To keep these Austrian cav away. But maybe that's all part of a distraction, because the Austrians right now, I mean, they've been very they're moving quickly. Your Grenzers here, they're keeping their armies hidden though. You see like a slight glimpse of them. But, I mean, this army here could just come down to destroy what remains of the French here, and then it could maybe shoot across and try and support the defense over here in Lebova. But whether they can help defend this, Lebova seems like it is like completely surrounded right now, and they seem in real trouble. But they're doing their best, these brave Hungarians and Austrians. They're holding the line for now. It does seem as though the French are going to... I mean, they have the numbers. It's this huge line. I mean, there still is an Austrian cap, but I feel like the French are being very cautious this time. They just watched hundreds of men rout, and they've re-rallied some, I'm sure, but not all of them. Okay, here they come again. Austrian cav is actually going to dash in here, try and give these Grenadiers. The Grenadiers even try and form square. Have routed the Austrian cav there pretty easily that time. The general here, he's getting shot at now. His bodyguard is starting to drop. Here and there, we've got more French infantry charging in here. Laguerre going in. I don't know why they keep taking the Laguerre. We've got a flanking charge here from Austrian Grenadiers. I don't know whether that's really going to change the fight. Those grenadiers, although they might break themselves. They have, in fact, broken themselves. Seems like the French might punch away through this time. I mean, they've got, what, 5 units here alone. There's one little poor Hungarian. They're just outgunning every unit now. Like I said, I don't know if they could hold a second assault. I mean, really, it should all be a distraction, this fight here, just to try and really, like, push through Castelletto all the way back to Caldiero for the Austrians. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. And we're seeing over here now as the Austrians do just that. Sending a little Ulm unit, they're going to try and charge these line infantry here. But, I mean, it's not enough numbers, not enough strength. Anyway, that was a decent enough attempt. But here we go. It looks like we're about to see the fall of Lebova here. The general, he's off his horse. And he's actually routed. The general has routed. That is a bad sign. Return, you coward! Get back to the front. Get in the building. Yep, but this house here is going to hold for as long as possible. We've got those Jaegers in there. But that's the last unit. I mean, I think there's... Oh, I mean, I don't know if this is a different Jaeger unit or what. Or if it's just part of the units in here. But, I don't know. It's definitely a different one. That was the only other unit that was surviving. But yeah, we've got the Jaegers here. They're doing their bit. Firing through. They're going to have to storm this building, you imagine. I mean, I would. Just send some grenadiers in, storm this building. Take it pretty easily, you'd imagine. Maybe wrong, but I would imagine that's what's going to happen. But anyway, the Austrians are now starting to appear on this side in force, in number. And it's with infantry this time. That's the difference. There's now infantry here to actually push forward. And oh boy, look at this huge front here. The French better be ready. I certainly feel like the Austrians definitely have the cav. The Austrians definitely have the cav numbers. I mean, how much of this infantry can form square? Not much is what I'm guessing. Oh gosh, no, not a lot at all. Yeah, this is actually not a good sign. A lot of this infantry cannot form square. So if there is a lot of Austrian cav left, which I think there is. There's more Austrian infantry over here. There is some cav here, but I'm sure there's more around. Just not seeing it yet. Oh my gosh, there's just... this Austrian infantry just keeps coming out of the woodwork. Endless hordes. Artillery as well coming up. They have brought some guns. That's always good. So some little 3-pounders. But the French have all been lured over here. You can see they are now dashing infantry back this way as Laguerre is being sent back this way. And all this infantry, they know they don't need this much here just to take out one little unit in a building. So they're getting ready. Here we go. Looks like they're going to send in the Grenadiers of the line, as I thought they would. Send these boys in. They are actually like getting hit hard, actually. And they go. Grenadiers, combat winning slightly. You imagine they will. I mean, we'll see though. We will see. They're storming in through the gate, battering their way in. I mean, any man that's wearing a bearskin is always a scary sight. Just fighting some random Austrians out there. Get in here and help kill these. I mean, these Austrians are actually a low morale. It's not a good sign. Yeah, I mean, you know what? The French,
we have taken a building.
They actually managed to take it with 37 men left. They lost a lot of guys actually taking that. They lost like 50 guys. They have captured the house, and now finally Lebova is theirs. They now hold it, and now they can move their armies, the remaining forces over here, to help deal with these two Austrian armies. These are two Austrian armies need to move quicker. They do, because the French are setting up. And they'll be prepared. And the French have destroyed for sure 2 armies, I think, of the Austrians. I think it might be 2. So, you imagine that this is going to be like at best a 3v2 in favor of the French, because the French have lost a good amount of men. I'd say that at least 2 of the armies are at half strength. At best, 3 armies. So it's still going to be tough, but it's not impossible for the Austrians. They've just got to get moving quickly, because the other army is still at Lebova still. These guys at Caldiero are sort of setting up and are ready, but it is an even fight at the moment. And you've got to remember the Austrians have the Cav. We've seen what damage Cav can do. Also, the Austrians can usually bring much larger armies than the French. So numbers, and actually in units, might be pretty similar. Even though they have like a whole army less. Like, I mean, this could be all potentially one army, in theory. Because Austrian infantry is cheap. And you can bring a lot of it because it's cheap. Fight between 2 emperors, the French and the Austrian. Got a 4-pounder here. This actually, you can just gun down this crew here. This unit's nearly broken just there. They're having a rough time. Legere has arrived. This is like this huge, massive Legere here has arrived. So that's a bad sign, because this was like the advance guard of the remaining troops from Lebova, which are also starting to arrive. As you can see, the troops from Lebova starting to form up like a flank here, preparing to flank these Austrian troops that are now setting up here. They're opening fire. We've got the Grenadiers here. These are sort of like a light infantry unit for the Austrians. There is a little bit of cavalry still alive back here. They've got like a little hussar unit, but I thought they had more cav, to be honest, with the Austrians at this point. Maybe it's hidden. Maybe it's hidden. Who knows? We are seeing French infantry go break quite quickly. A lot of these units, you also remember, are weakened. They are like, they've been in fights already. These Austrian troops coming up are fresh. Fresh in infantry, fresh in morale. Also, they're not tired. Grenadiers here should rout this unit. Could they then flank on in? Maybe. There is a general just chilling here. We've got Massena himself, actually, that's just chilling here. Don't know what they just captured there. Oh, they've captured this building out here. Okay. I mean, this is a little bit beyond the battle line. That is the village of Belfort. Yeah. Anyway, they have managed to break that unit there of the Austrian Grenadiers. They're going to retreat. Probably a smart idea. Was the next unit coming up with more Grenadiers? But they could go for Massena. Massena is just chilling here. Well, there is still some French cav. Some chasseurs alive. So the French aren't quite out of cav. But yeah, this is going to be a big push up onto this hill. I feel like you can see the Austrians already preparing 4 or 5 units. The French got a unit that's low on morale. They've only got a couple of units. They're trying to push for the guns. Really good shots there by the guns. Hitting those Austrians as they come up. Here we go. Looks like the French and the Austrians are going to go in. More guns up here. We've got 4-pounders there as well. Holding on. We've got the chasseurs coming in. Routing these Austrians. A brutal fight here. Just like that, that offensive for the hill has already been stopped in its tracks. There is a second attempt now. More German infantry on its way up. Grenadiers now being sent down the hill to try and scare off these Austrians. They're doing a good enough job. They are routing them. Here we go, the chasseurs coming back in. They want to make sure they can break these units. They've got a little bit of a flank on these German infantry here. They routed them really nice. The Grenadiers may break them because they have been recharged by their own cavalry. That's never a good idea. Yep, they did break those Grenadiers. So, I mean, this fight carries on. Or of course, Cav carries on. Yeah, it's going to have to recharge. These guys can form square. They've got a chance of survival. The Austrians are inch by inch taking this hill, but it's costing them a lot of troops. They're sucking in more troops from their right to try and support their centre push. And so the French, they're sucking in more troops as well. Oh, this is going to turn into a bit of a bloodbath. I don't know really if a melee fight is what the Austrians want now. It's not a fight they're good at. They're certainly much better in a bit of a line battle, I think, fight right now because they have the fresher troops. They have the more guns to fire at them. Their artillery also hadn't set up. They hadn't even set up their artillery in time. They need to get that set up. Here we go, charge from the Grenadiers. They're going after a French Grenadier unit that's in a very strange formation. It's in like a little blob. This unit here is going to help rout the French though, because it's just shooting into the backs of its own troops. These Grenadiers need to carry on the charge. They need to hit these next ones. There they go. This little French unit here might actually stop the Grenadiers. Might do. I'm lying. No, they did not. They routed. It may get stopped by a little like Voltigare unit here. Who knows? The Austrians have managed to get to the top of the hill. They are on the hill, but whether they'll stay here long, I don't know. They've just been hit by some canister shot. Yep, and they have routed. Canister is firing desperately just to get these Austrians off the hill, but they are here in number now. And they're charging in a big blob of infantry. I don't know if this is a good idea. It's just making perfect targets, I'm sure, for 3 French units that are not in combat, basically. Like, this unit here can just fire into the backs of all those Austrians. And the guns as well. These guns is getting some incredible kills. The canister. The general's staying close, trying to keep that morale bonus up for the Austrians. But yeah, the guns maybe actually about to be not out of range, but not have the line of sight. Yeah, this is going to be brutal. The French set up a firing line, and there you go. They're firing into the Austrians. The Austrians come charging in. Imagine the Austrians will break here because they have been hit hard by French volleys before they went into combat. And that is the end of that assault. Was it worth it? I don't know. I feel like the French have the troops that they can put back on this hill. The Austrians don't have the troops to assault this hill again, and they're certainly losing this line battle here now. They've stretched out their troops really thin to try and deal with these units. And units fight better than column. They have better morale. They lose their morale quite quickly when fighting in line like this. That's why you see units in NTW3 firing in column a lot more. Because morale is just better like this. There it is in a bit. We've got a cavalry charge here though. A little Hussar unit. I thought they had more cav, but maybe not. And Legay said they've got more infantry appearing here though. So the Austrians still have infantry, some like hidden up their sleeves. Look like they're gonna rout this Legay unit though. Yeah, easy routed. That Hussar unit did the job. There is more infantry now appearing. If this is just a lone unit, or is this going to be a whole nother army that's going to appear now? It's a whole nother army. Oh my gosh, what a game changer. I don't think it will be. Hussars here again, trying to rout more units. Another line infantry unit here that can't form square. Firing point blank range at this unit. Brutal. And that's routed the cavalry. Over here, though, the Austrians still seem in good numbers. These Grenzers here doing their bit. Taking on another lot, like Grenzer's light infantry taking on light infantry Legay. Very good matchup. Don't know what this formation has changed now. Are they trying to retreat? I think they are. Yeah. They are on the retreat. Austria has tried its best. It had a little bit of a comeback at one point, especially with these other armies appearing. And had a little bit of a comeback all the way over here as well. But it was not enough. It was not enough, unfortunately. Look at the bodies down here in this marsh. So many dead Austrians, French. Much easier to see the Austrian dead because they are in bright white. But yeah, my gosh. War is hell. War is hell. There you go. Oh, did they just try and charge in column formation? I think they did. The Austrians just went in for a charging column formation while we were looking over there. And all these Grenzers, these healthy units, are just throwing their lives away. And there you go. The Grenzers have been routed.
Our men are running, sir.
And, yeah, and this flank over here is also gone. I mean, they're slowly trying to stop. I mean, they might stop this line infantry here. Yep, the gun's just about to survive. Yeah, the Austrians are starting to run out of puff, and they are just out of ideas. They need to turn this unit to sort of place a bit more on the flank. They march through your own troops, your own allied troops. Not a good idea. French. You imagine are going to win this one, and history you imagine will be recreated. The French will be beating the Austrians again. Massena will win a key victory in Italy for Napoleon. Go. Another unit broken there. Oh gosh, yeah, it's all starting to chain route now. Austrians are chain routing. I mean, if they can get to the guns, in a really good spot.
Our men are running, sir.
It's also holding on over here, sort of. Oh, the Austrian unit coming out of the woodwork. Grenadier unit here, charging in, trying to do what damage you can. The Austrians at least are not giving up the fight. At least they're going to try and keep the offensives going. This is the last of the horde of grenadiers, you imagine. What have we got over here? Oh, more just re-rallying like Austrians, I see. Another general's died, though. Another general dead here. This is a French general that's dead. I imagine it's one of these French units down here, these infantry units. It's lost its general. And then we've got the route of the final Austrians. That seems like that might be it. I think there's a couple of units just walking back here. We'll just fast forward now, as we can see how the outcome of this battle is going to go. Yeah, it seems as though I don't know if it's just how the battle's set up. I don't know if there's just like the spawns for the Austrians are just much further back. But the Austrian armies never were able to fully unite. Like, there's an army at Lebova, there's one at Caldiero. These guys were isolated themselves, weren't united. So the French just kind of like double teamed both of them, and then these two armies that appeared later on. Unfortunately, their allies hadn't done enough damage, I guess, to give them a fighting chance. Also, I feel like the Austrians should have just rushed. They wanted to set up, which with their guns and stuff, which is fair enough. But they really should have just rushed their infantry, tried to catch the French unawares before they could reinforce from Lebova. They need to get to. They just need to rush the units that were at Caldiero and were at Calcietto. And if you could have done that, they would have had a decent chance. Maybe. It's there's a lot of ifs and buts. And you just gotta make an assumption of what might have happened. But that's the only trouble with this. These guys seriously firing from back here. What are you firing at?
Sir. Now they must break.
General's been killed there. Okay, that must be like a routing Austrian one. Yeah, seriously, these guys are gonna just, I don't know, they look like they were reloading, they were preparing to fire from back there. I was like, what are these guys, marksmen or something? They're just basic German infantry, but that might be the last unit, actually. I think we got to see route. I can't see any more on the map. This unit should just break, you'd imagine, with just a couple of volleys. It's a red morale as it currently stands. It's the last one in Calstiletto. And should route any moment now, you imagine. What we're seeing up here is some Oh, cousins of the Emperor, this Legere unit here. You look nothing like Napoleon. But with their shots, the battle has been won. Very apt, I feel. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is the end of the Battle of Caldiero. I hope you guys did enjoy. This one was sent in by Johnny Le Buffoon from his perspective. They were actually using the... they were using Messena, like the Aleman like campaign. I guess it's the German campaign, but it's like Messena's like in Italy. So it was this Messena Italy, but it's actually under the German campaign. So I guess obviously Napoleon's doing his thing in Germany, Messena's doing his thing in Italy. But there you go. We'll have a quick look at the end results. I mean, well done to G, to Johnny Le Buffoon, to Angry Peasant, and to Clarky Boy, all playing as the French armies, all getting over 1,000 kills. Johnny just about got 1,000. And well done to Snipesmith UK, to Richard Lionheart, Don, and Seth. All doing a very good job. Snipesmith and Don getting over 1,000 kills for the Austrians is very impressive. But you can see, look at the size of these armies. Don with nearly 3k men. Snipesmith and Seth actually were quite much small armies, like not even 2,000. It's quite small for the Austrians. But yes, here's Johnny's army. His grenadiers here getting 118 kills, 106 for his Legere, 105 for line infantry there, and 102 for the line infantry there. But that is the rest of the results. If you want to have a look at them. But there you go. That is the Battle of Caldiero. The French have recreated history once again. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.